I want to share this briefly and carefully, which is another testimony of mine. Not to defend myself, but to testify to God's faithfulness. And I think it is appropriate. And I pray earnestly that this will glorify God in my sharing of this vulnerable side of me. This January 2025, after serving in ministry for many years, I was dismissed from a church without a clear explanation. It was heartbreaking because I served at church for 7 years, which is not a short time. And they told me that I should not be a pastor indefinitely. For months, I honored that counsel and applied only to non-pastoral jobs in my unemployment. Unfortunately, I was rejected everywhere as I applied to those secular jobs. Then something unexpected happened in March as I was continuously looking for a job to provide for my family. The senior pastor of the very church that dismissed me called me to ask if I would take up a chaplaincy work to pastor again at a nursing home. After much prayer and consideration, I told them that I would obey. And for the first time ever, I applied to a pastoral and chaplaincy position at that time, as that pastor recommended me. And following up with that first application, I finally started applying to other pastoral positions too. And weirdly enough, I did have to take a lot of interviews, but very first interview was Hillside Church. Now, in all my interviews, not just Hillside, everywhere else, I told them honestly that I was fired from my previous ministry setting. I gave them the former church's website and their contact information and told them to contact them directly if they have any questions, because I felt peace about it. And I didn't know how it would turn out and didn't mind that much neither. But church after church began to affirm my calling again. Other than the nursing home that senior pastor told me about, most churches got back to me, Hillside being one of the first ones. And I was receiving admittance and offers here and there despite my failure and my disclosing of those failures, honestly. And through all that process, God reinstated me to be a pastor here at Hillside. Why? Is it because I've done nothing wrong in my past ministry experiences and settings? Because I was completely in the right? Because I was perfect? No. All of us, we are imperfect, no matter how good we are. Therefore, no one is righteous, not even one. Same goes for me too. And you will see more of that as I stay here with you. And in my past, I failed as a pastor. And in my own strength, I fail even as a follower of Christ. Not even as a pastor. I may have all sorts of ministerial experiences here and there, maybe some integrity and innocence here and there, but I'm far from being perfect. The reason why I stand here today and preach His Word is because despite my failures, despite my weaknesses, and even despite my sins, God redeems. And that is why all glory to Him. That is why we say, praise God. Not because I'm perfect, not because I am right in everything, but because He redeems. And part of that redemption is also what? reinstatement. Like Peter in John 21, who failed publicly, denying Jesus. He did not ask for competence or performance. Jesus did not ask for that. Peter, you failed before, but can you make sure that you are better this time? Can you be perfect? Can you be competent? Can you be more skilled? Did Jesus ask that to Peter? No. He asked just one thing to Peter. And what was that? Simon, son of John, do you love me? Yes, Lord. You know all things. You know that I love you. Not by my own merit, but I don't have a choice other than to love you because of your salvation, your redemption, your restoration, your reinstatement, your recommission. And as Peter said, I love you. For Jesus, that was enough. And Jesus reinstated Peter 3 times, the same amount Peter denied him, saying to him, feed my lambs, tend my sheep, feed my sheep. Redemption reinstates us, not in pride, but in grace. That's why 2 Corinthians 5:20. Therefore, we are ambassadors for Christ, God making His appeal through us. We implore you on behalf of Christ, be reconciled to God. We are ambassadors for Christ. How can we, sinful men and women, with so much failure, be ambassadors, spokespeople for Christ? It's all by grace. And as I share this story, I want to ask you, what areas of your life do you feel disqualified? Redemption says, God is not finished. He's not finished with you. And such redemption of reinstatement is the reason why we can find joy of a Merry Christmas. God who reinstated the shepherds, their calling, will redeem you too.